Good morning, boys. Today is February 15th, and today we start the Gospel of Mark as part of our reading. And I think it's always interesting to see how an author will start his book. And here's a little bit of a contrast between Matthew and Mark in the way that they started. Matthew gives, I think, what is most important for his audience to hear right off the bat that Jesus is the son of Abraham, the son of David, and so is the one who has the right to inherit the promises to Abraham and to David. Mark has a different audience and a different style, and so he starts right out without any genealogy, without any birth narratives, just as Jesus is about to be baptized by John the Baptist. So John is introduced here quickly, but I like even just the first sentence of Mark, and it shows what we can expect from the rest of his gospel. He says, "The beginning of the good news about Jesus the Messiah, the Son of God, as it is written in the prophet Isaiah." And yeah, again, really straightforward, and that's kind of Mark's approach. Kind of cut through all of the peripheral things and get right down to the core of it. Of course, to Matthew's audience, the things that he starts with are not peripheral at all. They're extremely important. And Mark just jumps right in, and he's going to have a lot of immediatelys. It's going to be a fast-paced, smaller version of the gospel in a lot of ways. It's much less words in terms of if you were to do a word count of the book of Mark, it's much smaller than Matthew or Luke or even John. And so he's going to be compact and hard hitting, straightforward. And he starts out that way just from the very beginning here, action packed. And that's what's happening at the beginning of Mark's gospel. Here we go. We just finished one gospel, starting another one. One, I think, a little bit of a disadvantage to the one-year Bible as it's formatted is that you get all four gospels kind of back to back to back at the very beginning of the year, and then at the end of the year you don't have gospels anymore. Kind of like to have the gospel spread out through every day of the year, so you get a little bit of gospel each day. But this is an interesting approach to it as well, and so now we start Mark's gospel, and we'll do that for the next number of weeks. I hope you guys are doing well. Just a short one for today. We'll catch you tomorrow.